What is up, everybody? JD here. Hope you're doing well today. Got an interesting model in to check out today with you guys. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we have the Notorious EDC crown, and this one here is just super interesting to me. I really like the way that it's finished. I love the aluminum scales with the micro milling on there. I think it's a very attractive design. Super clean, deep carry, fold over pocket clip. I thought it was going to be a little stiff, but it's springy enough to where it actually works pretty well. Top flipper only, so it's keeping that design nice and clean. You have jimping here on the top that wraps all the way around, making it very easy to deploy. And you have a very nice S35 yen blade that is finished in a hollow grind, so it is super slicey. You have a pretty good sharpening tool, the punch grind, and sharpening tool are back enough far off the knife where you should get plenty of life out of this one, sharpening it up, even if you want to lay the angle of it back, which I really don't think that it needs. It's just super slicey, very acute tip, as you can see on here. And the lock bar access is a little bit better than I thought it was going to be initially. I was worried about that. I think it works best when you kind of disengage it and you kind of do a controlled close. And then when you try to lift up on it, I think it does work okay. A little tight for my fingertip to get in there, but I was really worried about it. It looked like it would be kind of tight. But if you come back here where the chamfer is, my mistake was I was trying to do it like up against the actual tang of the blade, but when I realized that's where the chamfer was and I came in there, I can get in there pretty easily. It will drop fast, and as you can see, it rockets out. Absolutely looking like an auto almost when it deploys. I couldn't get to the fuller to deploy it. It's just too tight for me with the way that the scale kind of comes out to meet you. But I was messing around with it, and it kind of looks like a nail nick that you could use to kind of pull open if you didn't want to use the flipper and make too much noise opening it. It's a little bit of a quieter deployment. It is, very solid for what it is. Good lockup here. It looks like it has a decent sized lock bar to it as well, so I think it'll have plenty of strength. But this feels more like an office carry, gent carry kind of knife that you're going to take out on a date, and you just want something in your pocket in case there's like some loose string hanging and you need to cut it, or you need to cut into something to open it for some reason. I feel like this is going to really get you covered. Nice light weight to it as well. See, full steel liners, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, full steel liners inside the aluminum scales, but they are fairly thin, so I don't think that's going to add too much weight to it. And as you can see here, not super thick, that lock bar that comes into there, but the steel liners, they actually a little bit thicker than I was thinking initially. Good access, like I said, to the lock bar, not great. It's a little tight for me with the larger hands, but again, I think that if you're doing like a traditional close, it's going to work just fine. Very smooth action. Feels like they're on bearings. Can't see if they are dark enough to tell if they're ceramic or not, but it does look like potentially they could be Delrin style. Oops. Delrin style. Yeah, Delrin style. At least it looks like they're Delrin style. I can't tell if that's the way they're sitting on the liners. They look like they're Delrin because they're that, that white color. But very cool model, cut very well. I didn't do any heavy cutting with this one, just a little bit to see how slicey it was. And that hollow grind and the factory edge on this S35VN is really nice. Very good performer, good cutter. And even with it being, a higher drop point because it's so small, it's easy to get out to that acute tip if you needed to just do like a little detailed trace cut with it. Let's do some size comparisons. All right, so I thought it'd be fun to bring out the Buster FG because it's over a 9-inch knife, and then bring out my Kentucky Hollerjack, which I think this is more in line with when you're talking about the crown. So there you go, a couple size comparisons. Let's do a couple more just in case you're not familiar with these. I think these will help though. All right, here is the crown compared to the Tarkin and the Mini Sweeney. As you can see, it's just a very small, like I said, office carry, date night carry, even a companion carry option. Let's grab the scale and check the weight on the crown. All right, we got the scale out. Let's cut it on here. I don't think this will be over 2.5. I'd be surprised. Yeah, 2 ounces exactly. So even lighter than I was thinking. A great carry. Summertime, companion, again, into the office date night. This is going to be very light. It's not going to almost feel like there's anything in the pocket, which I think is going to be great for this. Or again, if you wanted to do like a quick draw XL, you could put this in there with like a flashlight and a pen. I think that's going to be a great loadout for you if you're out in the field as well as in the office. This is going to get a lot of tasks done for you. All right, time for final thoughts and impressions on this one. If you're not familiar, I grade on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is the best, 1 is the lowest. And the things that I take into consideration are going to be price point, fit, finish, ergos, and aesthetics, which can be subjective to what I prefer. Now, on this one here, I think there's a lot of good. The aluminum and the steel, not necessarily premium-esque, but I do think S35 yen on here is going to kick it up a notch to be a super steel. Not a reversible pocket clip, but it is deep carry, and I think they did that, again, just to keep the aesthetics clean. If you're just throwing this in the fifth pocket, I don't know if that necessarily becomes an issue or not, or if you're throwing it in an organizer and companion carrying it, I don't think it's an issue. But if you're main carrying this as your one and only for that day, it could be an issue. You could throw it in the back pocket. You may not even notice that it's there when you go to sit down and whatnot. So maybe you could use it, because with that liner, it does make it lefty friendly. So I do feel like they could have done that. It would have been a little bit better. The scales are grippy enough to where I can, without the pocket clip, open it left-handed, but you know, a little bit of a miss. Action's good. One means of deployment only can be a downer depending on where you're at with this one. But for me, overall, I really like it. I'm actually going to go 7.2. Fit and finish, like I said, really good. I can get a comfortable grip on here, even though it is smaller. I think this, again, would work for me as a companion and or something I would carry with me into the office. That would be very unassuming. That would allow me to still have something if I needed to do any sort of cutting. The hollow grind on it, really good, very slicey. Hollow grind goes all the way up, so very, very slicey. I like that about this one. But anyway, I'm curious to see what you think about the crown. Let me know down in the comments below. Would love to hear what you're thinking about it. If you enjoyed the video, definitely hit that like and leave a comment for me to help the algorithm if you so choose. Links will be down in the description. They help the channel. They're affiliate links if you want to use them. That's it for me, guys. I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.